Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's truly a sad day. Cowboys Nation and the Dak Attack Army have to say goodbye to one of the best receivers to ever play for the Dallas Cowboys by way of Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is calling it quits after his illustrious 6-year, 3,700-yard career in which he played and starred on the Dallas Cowboys as the most important piece on this team. At least, that's what it seems like, seeing that the Jones family threw away our entire future and potentially what could have developed into one of the most potent wide receiver rooms we've seen in a long time in favor of re-signing Michael Gallup to a $57.5 million contract after trading Amari Cooper. Y'all, I'm not going to take this opportunity to kick this man while he's down. Seriously, thank you, Michael Gallup, for the memories that you helped create for Dallas Cowboys fans. Thank you for the toe taps. Thank you for putting your body on the line for Cowboys Nation, for your family, and for this sport that we all love to watch. Thank you. But damn it, Jerry, Steven, if it's never been clear before, it's now more clear than it has ever been. You guys made a terrible mistake. Let's get right into this, but first, y'all do me a favor and subscribe as we're on the road to 20K, and I promise y'all, bruh, this is going to be the only place that you need to come for your Dallas Cowboys content this upcoming season, because we're about to kick it into gear, and I'm going to be grinding for y'all. Let's get right into this. Now, as I said in the dramatic intro, Michael Gallup has informed the Las Vegas Raiders he's deciding to retire from the NFL in what was an extremely unexpected move. And let's be real, y'all, this right here just exposes the Dallas Cowboys even more for their terrible decision making. We're going to get to it in a second. Michael Gallup was a third-round pick for the Dallas Cowboys who became a 1,000-yard receiver before tearing his ACL. He retired because, quote-unquote, his heart was not 100% into it anymore. Now, whether this be a function of the fact that his body wouldn't allow him to be in love with the game the way he would want to be anymore, or the fact that he just wasn't the same for him anymore after he realized his career was over with the Dallas Cowboys and he just didn't have that desire to play, this right here shows more than anything, bro. This was a terrible decision on behalf of the Joneses. Now, again, like I said in the intro, I appreciate Michael Gallup. I thank him. I don't blame him for any of this. And I don't want anyone watching this to take this as a slight towards Michael Gallup, because I will never sit here and crucify players for bad decisions made by ownership. Michael Gallup didn't ask to get a 5-year, $57.5 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys after tearing his ACL. Or maybe he did, but he didn't force them to give him that contract. And he damn sure didn't force them to trade Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a damn day 3 pick and a 6th-round pick swap. Michael Gallup didn't ask the Joneses to do that. The Joneses made that terrible mistake all by their lonesome. Y'all, just look at this. Look at this comparison. They chose to trade Michael Gallup at a time when CeeDee Lamb was still in the meat of his rookie deal. Amari Cooper was only making about $20 million a season. He was only due to make $20 million a year that they traded him. They traded Amari Cooper, who has since, in the time that he has been gone, for the 2022 seasons and the 2023 season, he has put up 2,400 receiving yards, 16 yards per reception, 14 receiving touchdowns, has played in damn near every single game, and he's done all of that with Joe Flacco and a one-armed Deshaun Watson as his quarterbacks. What the hell? Even if we were to double Michael Gallup's catches to try and make it equal, to try to put it on equal standing, right? To make it something getting the same usage. If you just double his receptions and double everything else at the same clip, he's still nowhere close to what Amari Cooper has done since he's been traded from the Cowboys. Not only that, but we now know the Cowboys could have afforded to keep Amari. They easily could have afforded to keep Amari. Had they not re-signed Michael Gallup to that contract, some of that money could have went to Amari Cooper. Hell, we see teams restructuring deals all day long. We see the Eagles have been able to pay their quarterback A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith in that wide receiver room, so it's no excuse. Michael Gallup's retirement exposes yet again just how much of a fallacy the myth that Dak Prescott has had all this amazing help. He's had this amazing receiver room. Michael Gallup's retirement, his unexpected early retirement, truly exposes the types of weapons Dak has actually had to play with. Again, Michael Gallup was a baller. That injury really took it out of bro. Like, it really hurts me to see dudes with that type of potential and then see injuries completely take them out of their space, right? So I'm not saying this in a derogatory fashion towards Michael Gallup, but I'm saying this in a factual manner. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an entire list of the receivers that Dak Prescott has played with. And not only that, but if you look at this list of receivers and then you look at the time that they played with the Cowboys and then what happened to them immediately after leaving the Cowboys, it tells a deeper story of y'all need to cut the crap. The Cowboys haven't given Dak all that great of weapons at all through his career, regardless of what y'all see these guys' names as. Dak had Dez for a season or so, and then Dez got hurt, and then after that, what happened? Dez had to essentially retire because his body had given up on him. So there's another receiver that's supposed to be one of your primary targets that ended up having to not only go to another team, but when they went to another team, they couldn't even really get on the field with that team, or they just had to stop playing football altogether. Y'all are going to notice a trend here. You take a look at Bryce Butler's career. He had a couple of decent seasons playing with Dak Prescott, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he left Dallas, what happens? He played one more year in the NFL, and his career came to a close after that. And then we all remember the Cowboys bringing in T.Y. Hilton. He made that one big splash play with the Cowboys, and what happened? The next season, he had to end up retiring. The Cowboys had Cedric Wilson. He looked great with the Cowboys. People really thought he was a real weapon, and then he left the Cowboys, and all of a sudden, he found himself buried on the depth chart with the Miami Dolphins. Now he's with the Saints. He has just never been able to actually carve out any real playing time since leaving the Cowboys. And then we get to MG. MG plays here, and all of a sudden, he has to retire. So what's my point with all this? My point is, Jerry and Steven suck. These dudes have given Dak Prescott receivers that A, couldn't play for other teams, or B, they were so done that they had to retire from the NFL or just never really take another snap in the NFL because no one else wanted them, bro. So I say all this to say, pay CD Lamb. Pay CD, man. Pay CD. There's no reason not to pay CD Lamb. Y'all have already made these massive mistakes. Massive mistakes. The Amari Cooper thing, bro, that is going to hang over Cowboys fans' heads for years, bro. Decades to come, because we're always going to be wondering what could have been. What could have been when we had a CD Lamb that finally figured out the NFL game. A prime Amari Cooper. Then we have a dude like Jake Ferguson coming up the pipeline, and Dak Prescott going into his prime and looking the way that he looks now. What really could have been as far as our wide receiver room, bro. Now Cowboys fans have to always wonder that, and now we know for sure it was a major mistake paying Michael Gallup over Amari Cooper. And there's nothing that can be said that will explain it away, because it's very clear now more than ever, man. Michael Gallup was done, bro. He was done after the ACL injury. He just couldn't get back to himself. Either that or his body just never felt right again. Now I see why he was having alligator arms and leading to some of those interceptions coming across on those slants and whatnot, because he didn't trust his body, bro. He didn't trust his body. Michael Gallup was completely done. And we were running him out there on that field. And Dak Prescott somehow led a #1 offense, or a top-ranked offense in the NFL, with dudes that were done. Michael Gallup was done, y'all. He was done. And now we know. We still don't say him. We still don't say him. Good luck to you in your future endeavors, Michael Gallup, and again, thank you, bro.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still involved? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still involved. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still involved.